Welcome back to Nick's Keto Kitchen. I'm here today with another great dinner recipe, which I know you might be disappointed. I tend to stick with desserts, but every once in a while you need a savory meal to punctuate all these great desserts. So today we have a great chicken and biscuit recipe that I was able to find. This is one that's treated me well several times, and it's easy. So let's get started. So I have a large oven-safe pot here, and I'm going to start by melting down a tablespoon of butter. Then I'm going to add in a couple of stalks of celery cut up, and a quarter cup of white onion cut up. And we're just going to cook these until they're translucent. So our onion has cooked down a bit here, softened up, it's a little translucent. So we're going to now add a couple of tablespoons of fresh thyme. Now this came out of my garden, but dried works as well. We're going to add a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of poultry seasoning of your choice, a tablespoon of almond flour, and a teaspoon of arrowroot powder. I'm going to mix this well and let it cook down a little together. We're just going to cook this up a little until let that flour taste kind of go away. It's going to toast up a hair. Then we're going to add a couple of cups of chicken stock. And we're going to bring this up to a simmer and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Let it thicken up a little. The xanthan gums, or the arrowroot flour, is really going to do that. Okay, this is reduced down for about 10 minutes here. So I'm going to add a half a cup of heavy cream and give it another 10 minutes at a simmer. Okay. So another 10 minutes has passed, and we've let this simmer down again. So we're going to now add a half a cup of mixed vegetables, and you could use whatever type of mixed vegetables you want. I'm using just a frozen mix that I had sitting around. And we're going to add 2.5 cups of chicken. Now, I didn't start the recipe with the chicken because you could use whatever type of chicken you want. You could use thighs, you could use breasts, you can use an old rotisserie chicken or a new one that you just picked up at the store. It's a great thing about this recipe is it goes well with just about anything. So this is just some old thighs that I had in the freezer. I pulled out and cooked up real quick with some seasoning. We're just going to mix that in and turn our stove down to low and go work on our biscuit topping. So now it's time for the biscuit topping. So we're going to start with some almond flour, some garlic powder, some baking powder, and some butter. And as always, the recipe is going to be down in the description below. And we're going to cut these all together. Now you could use a pastry blender, you could use a fork, or like me, you could use your hands. So you're just going to want to mix this all together until everything is a bit of a sandy texture. You want to get that butter nice and incorporated in there, and it'll take a little bit of time, but you want to do it right. Now we're going to take our combined ingredients, add 1 egg and a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, we're going to mix these together well. But not overmix. Once that's all combined into a dough, we're going to add 1/2 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Now we have a nice dough to go with our chicken and biscuits. So we're going to take our pot, we're going to make nice healthy size balls of dough. We're going to drop these over the chicken and gravy. Now you want to give them a little bit of space because they will expand with that baking powder in there. But close enough that it'll cover the whole area. And it's up to you how big you want these biscuits to be. Now all my biscuits are in my pot. This is going to go into the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. So we're just out of the oven. We just put it in for about 30 minutes. Now remember, when pulling this pot out, these handles are going to be hot. I know it seems like something obvious, but on a pot that normally goes on the stove, you don't usually think about that. So we just have a nice golden brown biscuit in here. And it's perfectly great to serve right now. I, however, am going to move it over into this Tupperware container so you can see the chicken, the veggies, the gravy. It's all perfect right there. And this will be a great lunch for me for several days, unless, like usual, my family decides that they want to eat it as well. Which is the problem when you're really getting into keto baking. Not everyone realizes that this awesome food you're making is special keto, so inadvertently they get on the diet as well. Which works for me, it just means I get to try more recipes. Now I hope you all are enjoying these recipes. I know that most of them are not my own creation, but I enjoy being able to test them out for everybody else. And I hope you appreciate that. And if there's anything that you're looking for that you'd like me to try, test, or come up with, just let me know. Believe it or not, I do come up with some recipes of my own, and I'll be sharing those shortly. But for now, I hope you're enjoying my little test kitchen I have going on. I hope you all have a great day today, and like I said, let me know what you'd like to see. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.